As the mother was leaving, she told the children not to open the door under any circumstances. If anyone knocks, don't answer it, she told them. But the boy and his sister didn't pay attention to their mother's warning. They thought she was being too careful. They figured they could take care of themselves in any situation. About an hour after the parents left, the kid heard a knock on the front door. They decided to ignore it, but again, they heard knock. It happened again and again, and it grew louder each time. Eventually, the girl couldn't stand it anymore. She told her brother she was going to answer the door. When the boy reminded her of her mother's warning, the girl just wouldn't listen. Again, they heard knock on the door. Finally, the sister went downstairs. Her brother lay on the sofa watching TV. He heard his sister's footsteps walking down the stairs. He heard her asking loudly, "Who is it?" He heard her open the lock to the front door. Then he heard all the signs. He lay there for a while, listening for any noise, but heard nothing. Eventually he started getting scared. His sister still hadn't returned. He was afraid to call out to his sister. So he sneaked back the door and made his way to a neighbor's house. When he went into their house, his neighbor was watching the local news channel on TV. The news anchor on TV was talking about a murder. Then they showed a reporter live at the scene of the murder. The neighbor said to the boy, "Hey, looks like your house." The boy was shaking with fear. "That is my house," he said. "And that's my front door." A friend of mine showed me how to use Google Maps. I'm sure you've seen it. It lets you use satellite images to look at all locations all over the world. A few years ago, I was in a car accident. Since then, I really don't leave the house that often. It's difficult. The idea of seeing a car drive by makes me feel lightheaded. I'm always fascinated with the fact that I could see all over the world, almost like being there. I could virtually walk around the streets, and it almost felt like I was really there. I became instantly hooked. It gave me a real eye on the world. I could go almost any major city, and I did. I could see streets in China, Japan, Germany, and England. So many places. I even gone to tourist attractions like the Great Barrier Reef and Dracula's Castle. My favorite was going around places in major cities and see how many people and animals I could find. The faces of the people were always blurred and to protect their privacy, but it was still enjoyable to see them out there, enjoying their life, walking like it was no big deal. She must have good taste, I laughed. I zoomed in closer and noticed the gray bag she carried and a gray purple shoulder strap. She was walking in a relaxed manner. No hand trailing on the wall beside her. I bet if I could have seen her face, I would see that she was smiling. I began to feel a little sad. I let my hands fall into the arms of my wheelchair and looked at her for a minute more. I wish that I could be there, walking so carefree with her. That wouldn't happen though, until I died. I was stuck in this chair. I sighed and zoomed out of Tokyo. Enough of this for tonight. I turned off the computer and went to bed. I got up early and decided to look around Paris. Paris was always fun. I like the look of the city and with all the old, beautiful buildings and so many people to watch. I randomly zoomed to an area and saw a street lined with old brick buildings, a few small shops, and an old tan brick church. Ahead was an intersection, and dozens of people walking by. A balding businessman walking quickly past, looking back at an old woman, hair covering with a scarf, carrying a large purse, a curvy woman in black pants that were too tight, staring into a store window, and two women led by a group of small children around the corner. I spun the view around a few more times and saw something peculiar. Sitting on the bench at the bus stop, two people. One of them was a young woman with her feet stuck in front of her in a relaxed manner. She was wearing a pair of red sneakers, like my own. I was startled for a moment, and as I noticed the black pants, white t-shirt, and black hooded jacket, her dark brown hair was tied loosely behind her head. The gray bag sat on the bench beside her, the shoulder strap hooked over her shoulder. This is crazy, I thought. It can't possibly be the same woman. This is a different country. A different continent, even. How could it be her? This was stupid. It wasn't as if they were live photographs. They were taken ahead of time and stored. It's not like she was in two places at once. She could just be a traveler. Besides, without seeing her face, it was impossible to tell if it was the same person. Brown hair was probably the most common hair color in the world. Those red sneakers were probably something purchased online. I'm sure a million other people did too. I shook my head and went to fix some lunch. When I got back online, I decided to look at Berlin. I picked a random street, as usual, but pretty empty. There were brick buildings lining the streets, looking more like factories than anything else. There were also empty lots, full of long grass and piled gravel. There wasn't much to see at all, really. There was a line of motorbikes and a car with two German flags sticking up from it. After some searching, I found one kid. He looked like he was dressed for school, the jacket thrown over his back. He was intently looking at some kind of mobile device. I was disappointed. I started to leave, but then I caught something out of the corner of my eye. I turned the view, and they were those damn red sneakers. She was standing on the street corner next to some kind of signpost. She had a hand on the post, looking down the street, as if waiting to cross the street. I stared in shock. How could she be there too? Even if she was traveling, there's no way I could find her every time. Even finding her in Paris would have been one heck of a coincidence. But this was crazy. Was this some kind of joke? Had Google decided to play a prank on its users and that use the product so much? It would have to been a great joke. I did a quick search looking for a note about a woman that shows up like Waldo, but there was nothing. I looked around through the articles and strange things that you see on Google Maps, but none of them mentioned the woman that travels the world with you. This is crazy. Had my self-imposed isolation driven me mad? Had I become lonely that I created a hallucination for myself? Leaving the Berlin image on my screen, I sent a text message to a friend asking him to look at the locations. I asked him if he saw the same woman. I waited, hands sweating, heart thumping in my chest. I jumped when my phone beeped with a return text message 2 minutes later. Text read, I see the lady you're talking about in Berlin. I don't see her in Paris or in Tokyo. Is this some kind of game? Or what? Are you okay? I didn't respond. Instead of returning to the locations in Tokyo and Paris, there she was. She was there, but it was different. She no longer sat on the bus stop bench in Paris. She was sitting in front of it, looking for something in her bag. In Tokyo, she was blocks away, squatting down to pet that cat. I shivered. Who was she? What was happening? I switched back to Brussels and the city street. It was lined with old-looking buildings, with shops on the ground level and what I guess was apartments above. Okay, I quickly scanned the streets. They were empty, other than a stocky woman in a bright blue sweater. I did a second sweep. She wasn't there. I saw with relief. I couldn't believe I was getting so worked up about this. But it was nothing but I stopped. My eyes froze on the screen. There was a building in a point of the fork in the road. White with a black ironwork frame balcony jutting from the second floor. I hadn't seen her, as I had been working on the sidewalks. There she stood, sitting on the balcony, her head tilted in the direction of the camera, almost like she was looking towards me. My breath caught in my throat. I switched to Sydney. She was leaning against the wall, inside the doorway of a bright blue pharmacy building. London showed her getting ready to step into a red double-decker bus. Her head turned to look over her shoulder. She's everywhere I looked. She stood in a brick sidewalk on the bridge in Venice, and she walked across a yellow barred crosswalk in Zurich. And in Hong Kong, she stood between a wing lug bank and McDonald's, adjusting to the strap on her bag. In these pictures, she came closer and closer and looking directly at me with a blurry-out face. My heart felt like a terrified bird swimming around inside my chest. I couldn't catch my breath. I wasn't sure what to do. I couldn't call the police. Should I send screenshots to Google? I clenched my fist tightly and closed my eyes. Who was she? Was she following me? Was I following her? I wish I could see the explosion on her face. Know what she saw when she looked back at me. I wanted to get out of the chair and run, but why is this the only thing that made me feel free again? Was the thing that made me feel so trapped? What was it? I had to know. I typed in the name of the town and zoomed in this random street. It was a couple of miles from my house, and the gates from Sea Park were shown clearing of daylight. Despite it being right there she was. There she was. She was only a few miles from my house, sitting under the ironwork arch that say the name of the park. She looked directly at the camera, directly at me. I felt like I might throw up. She was near me. She was watching me. She was coming for me. What did she want? I typed the name of the apartment complex where I live. I could see the outside of the building. The parking lot was full of cars, and there were a few blurred out children in the playground. I searched everywhere for her. She wasn't in the parking lot or on the sidewalks, not hiding between the buildings or standing on the playground. I even scanned each of the cars, behind the bushes, even the blurred windows. She wasn't there. I curled tightly around myself and laid my head on the desk. This place was safe. I didn't leave the apartment anyway. I would never use Google Maps again. I would never see her again. She could stay at the park for all I cared. I smiled to myself and was surprised to find a tear slipping down my face. I'm safe, I said to myself with a whisper. It felt so good to hear it out loud. I'm safe. As I said, there was a knock at the door. The chill ran down my spine. I had a camera hooked to my computer that showed who was at the front door, which made it easier for me with my mobility issues. I slowly reached for the controller to show myself who was outside. But my hands trembled ferociously. As I touched the control, I realized my mistake. The last Google images that I had seen, it only showed the outside of the building, just the outside. I looked at the screen and saw the woman in a white t-shirt, black pants, black hooded jacket, and carrying a gray bag with a purple and gray shoulder strap. Of course. There were those red sneakers. She looked directly at the camera. Her face still a complete blur. I tried to stifle a scream. She raised a hand, knocked loudly on my front door.